Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Uh, Tonight's title, Cyclical Obscurations. There's some really interesting things to say about that. But just a quick piece of housekeeping for anyone who's out there for the very first time. Be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. And by the way, Lindsay, I'm so sorry about the spelling. I feel like a doofus. I've been spelling it Lindsay with an EY. It's AY. Sorry about that. So, back to coherency here. These cyclical obscurations, like me beating myself up over really, silly things. Not silly, but there are bigger things to think about in the world than, little mistakes that can create emotions that spiral really quickly, right? So these cyclical obscurations can be problematic, obviously. To fight back against them, that's what I just got done doing, was this restorative yoga teacher training program to get to a place of relaxation so that we can address these things. Like, comfortable enough that we can look at the uncomfortable things. So that's one way to do it. Anyway, there's lots of different paths to the top of the mountain, and we're here to support you however we can. So here's Christopher with more to say on that. By the way, I forgot that piece of housekeeping. Anyone who's out there joining us for the first time, of course, readings are always free for the first one. After that, it's just $10 per reading, and then going forward, it's $100 per month. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher. Thanks for listening.
Hey, thank you, Kenan. And thanks, Lindsay, for your understanding. Kenan literally just walked in the door. That's why I texted some of you to let you know that the show might be a little late, but we're on time. So, great blessings to you. I'm lighting the incense for an open heart to realize any cyclical obscuration. So, open heart, great blessings to you. The cyclical obscuration, it's a Buddhist term where people get caught into certain belief systems about themselves. For instance, I have a few clients that go to a lot of self-help seminars. And one of the things that I don't have anything against self-help books, but I do sometimes want to burn them all. I think it's a good start for people that are just starting down the road, but that is an example of a cyclical obscuration. So you read something and you think you get it. But Einstein said that a problem cannot be solved at the same level that it was formed, which is in the mind. So when we're talking about energy or real change, it's below the level of thinking. So you can think that you have an answer, or you think that you have this great relationship, or you continue to try to make that relationship great. It's really, really great. And you can ignore what's really going on behind the scenes because your brain wants it to be right. So that's the benefit of a reading. Many of you have, I do my best to be as kind as possible But I will tell you this story to give you an example of a cyclical obscuration. So this woman came to me, and I told her, and I've told this story on the show before, but her daughter came up in the reading, and her daughter had been in a master's program and she'd failed it. But I didn't know any of that. I went, hey, your daughter needs to go back to her teachers and have them regrade the final exam in the master's program, her thesis. So the woman went back, told her daughter this. The daughter actually did it. Well, a month later, the woman hunted me down, came up to me and said, oh my God, you saved us thousands of dollars and more years of schooling, because she did go back to her teachers. They did make a mistake. And so she did get her master's degree. So they were like, oh my God, we got to tell all our friends, all our family about you. I went, awesome, good. So they both came to me for a reading. Well, this woman was a hairdresser, but when she came into the reading, she looked like she was 1,000 years old. Her hair hadn't been combed in, I don't know, weeks. No makeup. I was like, oh, okay. And she went into this. My husband has been horrible to me, beats me, yells and screams, and come to find out, they divorced 20 years ago. And she was, for 20 years, doing this cyclical obscuration. And she was still in her mind living up to that demeaning treatment by not at all taking care of herself. And so I called her on it. I said, you can choose to do this, but this is a story that you're cycling in. If you want to change it, that's great. I never heard from them again. They left. They paid me, but they left and they were mad. But she wanted answers, and I told her, and she wasn't ready to hear it. So that's the point of the cyclical obscuration, is people want to make themselves right. And there's a great, I'm a big fan of Doctor Who. So this latest episode, Kenan hasn't watched it yet, so I can't give it away. But it's all about this magician that makes everybody on the world feel they're right. So anyway, I won't tell you anymore if you guys are Doctor Who fans. But there's a point with this group card tonight. So let me go right into the group card, because this is about keeping your heart open. The group card is about the Stargate heart, unlocking and being generous, but being generous to you. This is about, yes, maybe your heart was broken, maybe in a relationship, maybe in a loss. But you know what? Your spiritual heart is never broken. And this is all about your self-worth. How can you build on your self-worth? This is about taking those obscurations away and really seeing the true value of yourself and what you've come here to do. So we've all in the past put up psychic shields to protect our heart. But in doing that, it prevents us and can prevent us from actually feeling love or demonstrating love. So it's time to really put down those psychic walls, and it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be who you really are. And that's what this card, this blessing for you all tonight, is about, is to know that it's your divine right to really be loved, no matter who you are, because there's no one else like you, nor will there ever be anyone else like you on this planet. And this is revealing the deeper, more intimate, more vulnerable aspects of yourself in a safe way. So all these restrictions, all these blockages of your heart space is removed with this card and this message and this energy behind the message that's coming up. The worst is behind you. The world needs you. You need you. Okay, who's on first?
Your friend John Klettlinger. Our friend John Klettlinger.
Okay. Okay, John. So, Lindsay just asked this question: how do you protect yourself without a psychic shield and also be open and vulnerable? So, it's your discernment, Lindsay. It's actually trusting your heart. So, how to do it? We just did it. This is the blessing. So, this is where the cyclical obscurations come up in the mind that keep you cyclical. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? It's done. It's absolute trust. It's putting down the barriers and simply loving. So we've talked about this on the show before. When you're talking to a person, you know they have these belief systems. You know they have these projections. They view the world in a certain way. You may not agree with them. You don't love what they believe. You don't love the projections that are on them. You don't love the entities around them. But you love them. So when you're talking to them, go in your head, okay, I'm only talking to Sally. Sally, I'm only talking to you because I love who you really are. Not your Klingons. Not your projections. Not your belief systems. I love you who you really are. All right. John? Needed change. And this is so funny because, and I mentioned this on the show the other night, John is completely renovating his house. He bought a Harley. Oh, and you guys, I have to share this with you. So Wednesday night, I did this reading for John. And a couple of days ago, I got a phone call from Giles, who's on the show. And Giles, I think Giles was watching the show afterwards. And so Giles watches the show on his big TV. So, he said, you said something to John about bells and that his mother was coming through and about the Harley Davidson. And I said on the show, I said, I'm not sure what the bells are. Well, Giles called me and he goes, you got to tell John this. He said, when you get a Harley, people gift you what they call gremlin bells. I had no idea that this was a thing. And these gremlin bells you stick on the bike, and it is to protect the bike and the rider from gremlins or anything bad happening. So, I had no idea. So I called John. He goes, oh yeah, I know about those. In fact, the bike I bought has 2 of the gremlin bells on it. And then his brother Jerry was going to give him another gremlin bell. But it's just kind of funny how things are actually, this needed change, John, for you. It's going to increase. Like, the universe gives us these small changes, right? And I know they're not really small to you, with replacing your entire floor in the house, your parents' house, or getting a Harley, but they're small in comparison to the changes that are coming for you in a really great way. You're taking a trip to you've not dove in a long time. There's something with the Bahamas or the Caymans or something coming up. It's a dive trip. It's been a long time since you've done anything like that. And there's something coming up with that. So it's in your field right now, is what I'm seeing with this dive trip. And the pictures that you're going to be taking are really profound during this dive trip. Well, I'll look forward to seeing them. Okay. All right. Who's next?
Lindsay.
Hey, okay, Lindsay.
She says her field is huge.
Which field?
So she was asking about the protecting yourself without
Okay.
being vulnerable.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I addressed that. So I'm glad your field is huge, Lindsay. It's not. We can get caught up sometimes in how things happen. I have no idea how it happens. I just know that with this group card that came up and unlocking, that it's really it's happening for all of us. Because well, it's like riding a bike. Think about it as Kenan, when he was little, I think I've told this story. He was riding a bike and he fell over, and he did not want to have anything to do with the bike. He never got on a bike for another 20 years.
Well, that was 22. It was 12 years.
It was 12 years. Okay, so it was 12 years later he actually got onto a bike again. But it was a while. But he had to put down that fear of falling in order to get back up on the bike. That's more of what it's talking about. So this is about being balanced and being able to feel love, accept love, give love without having those barriers up. That it's okay and safe for everyone to do that. Okay. So we got Lindsay, right?
That was Lindsay.
All right.
And Marilyn Pitts is next.
No, I haven't done Lindsay yet. I need to pull a card for Lindsay.
Okay, right. So, sorry, we had.
Okay, Lindsay, I can't make this stuff up. Okay, this is the Lover's card. So we're talking about this love, and here up comes this Lover's card. You just gotta love your angels, like your guides. You're doing it, right? This is allowing this love and being able to feel love without the fear of the next shoe dropping, right? Embrace it. Cherish it. And it's called euphoric choice. Go with the euphoria. Go with it without fear of it going away. There's this really great trip coming up. There'll be a couple short trips, maybe to Park City or but I'm also getting like Paris. I don't know if you've ever been to Paris, but there's like a honeymoon in Paris. It's very romantic. There's a lot of romance coming in already. So, okay. Who's next?
Marilyn Pitts.
Okay, my dear Marilyn. Generous giving. So, Marilyn, anywhere in your field where, so for instance, when Christmas comes up, there can be all this judgment about, oh, I've got to get so and so something nice because they always give me something nice. This is about releasing all of that and just giving from your heart. So again, this group card tonight is unlocking, and it's about generosity. It's about allowing people to be generous to you without you feeling you have to reciprocate. And anywhere this applies to any of us, are we willing to release and clear all of that right now? Or people give. Oh, okay. People give to us expecting something to be able to be received in return that is just as generous or more generous. That's an example of cyclical obscuration. It's like getting caught into a loop. It's not about that at all. And getting back to the true giving of Christmas, or the true giving of giving, the true giving of receiving, and being able to receive something that is very expensive and go thank you without having to reciprocate. It's always and forever safe and okay for me to receive, free of the need to reciprocate. That's a really powerful one. So I'm sending that out to all of you. I'm always and forever open and ready to receive, free of the need to reciprocate. This is about the universe. So the more that we're in allowance of receiving, the more generous the universe will give or be to us. So Marilyn, what have you given yourself lately? Have you bought yourself flowers lately? Be generous to yourself. And this is the universe. They're wanting to give you bigger packages. Okay, and Marilyn, so everyone on the show, this is the major message I'm getting for every one of you. The universe wants to give you some big packages. Are you willing to allow that? Just expand the doorway. Just go in for a minute. I don't care how you imagine it, but make your doorway really, really big. This is the allowance, right? This is the unlocking. This is the group card. The heart chakra opening to receive. That was really powerful, Marilyn. Thank you. Okay. Now we have...
Your sister, Diane.
Okay, Diane. And Abby and Marilyn are on, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Ooh, Marilyn Fifth bought herself some Moldavite, too.
Oh my God, Marilyn, you bought yourself Moldavite?
That's a good one.
Whoa. That's extraordinary. Moldavite is for major transformation. A lot of people can't handle it, or if they can handle it, it's not recommended to handle it for a long period of time. But when my mother passed, I actually had taken a piece of Moldavite and had put it in her hand as she was passing, because it is said to really help that transition big time. But Moldavite is really, really powerful. Good for you. I'm glad you bought it for yourself. All right, so Diane, anywhere where you have been taught or believed that in any way, shape, or form you were or are a martyr, are you willing to release that now because of the cyclical obscuration of trying to make sense of any loss or why things didn't work out? Because that can keep you in a cyclical obscure. So obscure is when something isn't clear, and it keeps the unclarity, the confusion, in a cyclical manner. In any way, shape, or form that you have deserved or deserve any loss or pain or confusion or any of that, are you willing to let go of that? Because two cards fell out at the same time, because this is the triumphant completion. This is, hey, I made it through this one, and then we go back. I'm going to go back again a few times, maybe with everybody, because it's been coming up with everybody, to the group card about generosity, about allowing the gifts of the universe and being deserving of these gifts and unlocking that heart. Okay, who's next?
Great, it's Miguel.
Hey, Miguel. Nice to have you on the show. We had a great conversation today. It was really powerful. Ooh, okay, Miguel. One thing that really... Okay, so let's say the father of a family dies. And you've seen movies like this. And the people come to the funeral and they say to the little boy, who's like maybe 10, well, you're the man of the family now. You take care of your mom. No, he's a frickin' little boy. That's not his job. That's not his duty. No. So, Miguel, anywhere where it was put upon you to carry any of the burdens of your family, and I'm not talking about Aurora and the kids, I'm talking about, I'm talking about family. Anywhere where I release and clear the need or belief system to carry any burdens for my family. I'm now always and forever free of the need to carry any and all burdens for my family. I'm always and forever free of the need I'm always and forever free of the need to want for my family. Or wanting them to want something. Because they're getting something from the burdens that they're carrying. Diane's card earlier came up with the martyr card. So there's sometimes a religious significance to, see, God loves those who suffer. Okay, but he also loves people that are popular and have lots of money and are not suffering. So that's a cyclical obscuration. So I'm always and forever free of other people's cyclical obscurations, or wanting to fix them or help them. Because that's how they also get other people's energy, right? By the poor me. Well, they're family. We need to help them. Yeah, that's fine, but they need to help themselves first. Okay? And this is I am responsible solely for myself. When you're responsible solely for yourself, that's when that's the oxygen mask on yourself first. And it's going to allow you more energy for yourself to pull your energy back from your immediate family. Like, pull it back, especially around this Christmas time. Oh, and what's the Spanish word for no? It's no. I think, right? No. No. I love you. No. No, no, no. Yeah, okay. No.
Okay, Austin next.
Okay, Austin?
Yeah.
All right. Take that job, take that position, take that step forward now. Do it now. This is the Emperor. This is taking action now. Move forward. You've got this amazing, unlimited success. Start establishing your kingdom. So it could be like investing in stocks. It could be whatever that kingdom is. It's expanding that. So whether it's the stock market, whether it's investments, whether it's your company, or starting a company, establishing a company, expanding the company, it's doing that. Big time. Do it now. And then we have
Giles.
Hey, Giles. Thanks for being on tonight. I shared, I don't know if you were on earlier, but I was talking about when you called me and told me about John, and then I called John, and yeah, he's got two Gremlin bells on his Harley Davidson, and his brother's getting him a third one. So he knew all about it, but it was pretty cool because I didn't know anything about it. All right. So Giles, D is coming through going, Giles, ease up a little. Let go. Spend some money on yourself. Whether that's massage. So what I love about this card, there's a guy there like smoking a cigar, relaxed. This is doing something for yourself that is relaxing for you. Something you really love doing. That's really important for you. Not necessarily smoking. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But it's a it's something that before you might consider as frivolous, but like going for a massage, spending some money on yourself, in a way that you normally wouldn't, or food that you wouldn't normally buy. Okay? So this is like letting go. Like taking an adult yoga class. It's getting out of your comfort zone, but spending some money on yourself to learn. Or even to get a personal trainer. Something. It's something that is like that, to spend some money on yourself. Okay? Dee's like talking about a bath in Epsom salts. I don't know why that's important, but I don't know if you have Epsom salts, but taking a nice, number one, hot bath. Okay, who's next?
Edna.
Edna. Nice to have you, my dear. So the Hierophant, this is the knower, Edna. This is unconventional thinking. So what do those detective movies say, Edna? If the logical answer isn't the answer, then it's the unlogical. It's the illogical one. Your answers lie in the unconventional, in the illogical. As Einstein said, right? Imagination is more important than knowledge. Look at your dreams, or look at your, and I don't mean just, it could be daydreams. It could be things that come to you during the day, not necessarily while you're sleeping. That is the unconventional means. So when you look at this little Buddhist child, and he's looking at, is that an apparition? Is it a ghost? Is it a spirit? Is it his higher self? Yes, It's all of those. That your answers will come through that means. And that's really how you've operated all your life. Yes, you're very smart, you're a nurse, you're very logical, but this is trusting more, right? And being able to receive more generously, being open to receive the answers from the universe in an unconventional way, and trusting that. Knowing that you're really smart. You've got some juice, girl. You do have some juice. Okay.
Next, you got Edna.
I got it.
You got Edna.
I got
So
it.
Jared and Kat are next.
Okay, Jared and Kat. Happy Sunday. Oh my gosh, it's so great to have all of you here tonight. This is a fantastic show. Okay, Kat. Bright opportunity. Be free of allowing the brightness or the blindingness of an opportunity to keep you from doing it because it's too bright or it's too big or it's too incomprehensible. No, this is the star. This is the a bright opportunity. Just allow your eyes to adjust. Okay. So I'm sitting here and I've got 3 studio lights on me. And it was kind of hard to get used to them at times when I'm looking right at you guys, even though I can't see you, I'm looking at the camera. I can't see with my literal eyes, but I have to get used to these studio lights. Give yourself time, Kat, to adjust to the brightness of this opportunity. And it's okay for you to be in the spotlight. It's safe and okay for me to stand out. It's safe and okay for me to get what I want. I release now all belief systems and obscurations around my previous belief of being a woman or a woman's place. So, I'm going to admit something. I broke down and I watched that Barbie movie. You know what? I really liked it. Like it reminded me of watching when I was a kid. I used to read Mad magazine, and they would have these cartoons in this Mad magazine, but they always taught a moral precept, and that's what I really liked about it. And sometimes how ridiculous things were, but it really talked about like how society grooms people for their place in life and how they should be, but that's not how they actually are. This is you, Kat, coming into really your power and being who you actually are, and be free of the need of how it has to work out. Okay? All right, who's next? Oh, Jared. Yeah. Hey, Jared. Oh my gosh. Dude, get a tuxedo. A gold tuxedo would be really cool. Secure abundance. What a great card for all of us. This is the ability Okay, so I'm going to speak this as a metaphor, right? somebody that has nut allergies, it can be a very serious thing. So it's very common when they go to a restaurant, they have to go, is there any nuts in this? I cannot have nuts. I'm allergic to nuts. And the restaurant, they're very, very careful, right? In this metaphor that I'm using, this is where anywhere in the past where you've been allergic to money, or you've had a belief system around money being hard or scarce, and are you willing to release all of that, let go of that right now, because this new office, this new way of doing things, somehow the money will be there, and any of that allergy is going away around belief system around lack of money or worry about money or how it's going to be. It's simply going to be there. Know it. Absolutely know it, Jared. What a great message for all of us. That's really joyous.
Laurel's next.
Hey, my dear Laurel. Hey. Okay, here we go.
Oh, and Gio got 2 Christmas suits, by the way.
Gio, you got two Christmas suits? Dude, I hope one was gold. I just think you'd look awesome. Dr. J. Dr. Jared's in the house with a gold tuxedo. That's so great. I love it. Wow. Laurel. Well, this is baby Cupid coming in, new excitement. Now, Cupid, relationship, but it's also about really hitting the mark and absolutely doing more of what you love and charging more for it. Are you willing to charge more for it? This is more of that allowance coming in, Laurel. So there's something about you that people really love, like a chubby baby, right? This baby, I freaking love this picture of this baby. Who doesn't love a really chubby baby? That's what there's something about you, Laurel, that people really love. It's sometimes really indescribable about what it is that you do. And so this is about allowing more of that love from others and love of what you do that is so rare and unusual. It is not common. Are you willing to let go of what you do and how you do it as common or plain or ordinary? It is not. It is absolutely not. So there's this new opportunity coming in and new excitement. This is really profound. Like, it's not, when you do what you love and you do more of it and you charge more for it, it's a gift to the world, because then that encourages other people to do what they love, to step up and do that. So even with any of you on the show, doing what it is that you love, that's the gift to the world, because it expands that. It pays it forward. It allows other people to be in touch with Source, and then it grows exponentially. And then those people teach other people how to do what they love by example of doing what they love. Hope that made sense.
It did.
Okay, who's next?
It did. So next is Lana.
Hey, Lanny. Okay, Northern Idaho representing. Oh my gosh. This is called the glorious win. So Lana, casino time. You know your mental attitude. Like I know you've got this amazing mental attitude. It is a win, win, win mental attitude. No matter where it is you go, what it is that you do, in win-win in relationships, in when you go to the casino, right? When you go in for a business deal, a property, this is setting yourself up for a win and knowing that it's all going to work out. Now, it may not work out in the order that you think it's going to work out in. For instance, you've got spirit on your side. So let me tell the whole group here tonight. It's like if you have a GPS and they put a route in for you as to which way to go. But then your passenger that you're taking goes, "Oh, you know what? I just came this way this morning. There's I don't know, a flooded creek that's going over the road." Well, that wouldn't show up on your GPS. Right? So you trust your friend and you go another way. But if you'd stuck with the GPS in the way that you thought you should go, you probably would be stuck for a few hours. This is spirit as your best friend, as your co-pilot. This is God, angels, ancestors, people that have passed. That's what I see with these lights here that are giving you direction and setting you up for win, 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 win. And I think this card is great for you, Lana, but I also really think and know that it applies for everybody on the show. So I send all of you win, 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 win. This is the glorious win. I'm not telling you to go out to the casino. I'm not telling you that. I'm using that as an example, okay? Although Lana is very good at what she does, but I'm only going to say that part to Lana. Okay, but this is about expecting and knowing about this win, but you may not think it comes in the way that you're expecting it. Okay.
Marilyn Abbey.
Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Abby. Okay. Marilyn and Abby. Carolina representing. So, Marilyn, one of your fortes so the Tower card is the card that is, it's like the dissipation of a structure when things fall apart. So they used New York City here, with the Twin Towers, where the structures fell and it was catastrophic. But then there was always this rebuilding, and it took a while to rebuild. Your forte is to help people rebuild. It's what you came here to the planet to do. You help them restructure. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit. So, Marilyn, 7 times 10 to the 27th power. So that's 70 to the 27th power. So 70 followed by 27 zeros. That's how many atoms are in your body at any given time. Now, each of those atoms is estimated to be 12 to 14 billion years old. Marilyn, you are literally made of stardust. But you know what? So are you, Kenan. So am I. So are you, Lindsay. So are you, Austin, Lana, Diane, Edna, Marilyn Pitts. Every one of you is comprised of approximately 70 followed by 27 zeros of atoms that are 10 to 15, 20 billion years old. You're literally made of stardust. So we are change. You take a breath, you're breathing out 10 to the 22nd power of atoms with every breath. Take a breath in, you're breathing in 10 to the 22nd of atoms. 10 followed by 22 zeros that you're breathing in, breathing out. There's this constant exchange. Life is change. And your forte, Marilyn, is to help people deal with that change or be mindful of that change, but to also anchor into 10 billion years of history. That's powerful. Think about that. These atoms that comprise us are billions upon billions of years old. Whoa. You think we've even scratched the surface of who we are or what our power is? Amazing. This is Marilyn, your power expanding. Awareness growing. Okay, my dear Abby. Woo! Here we go. So, Abby, right now, this is the perfect partnership card. Direct your energy to Marilyn. There's an opportunity here. She's restructuring. Marilyn is restructuring. So this is celebrating her restructuring. Remind her that she's restructuring. That's the perfect partnership. It's really good for you to be able to jump in there. All of my restructuring I do easily and comfortably. All of my restructuring is done easily and comfortably. All of my restructuring is done easily and comfortably. So rather than move the furniture yourself, like you want to open up your space, you want to rearrange things in your house, get some movers to do it for you. Don't do it yourself. What I mean by this is you're wanting to make some changes. You call your angels in, you call your spirit guides in, tell them in no uncertain terms to do the heavy lifting for you. Okay. Who's next?
So 4 new people.
Awesome. 4 new people. Welcome.
Yeah, first is Crescent Moon.
Okay, Crescent Moon. Nice to have you. Thanks for being here. And does anybody have any particular questions?
Someone was asking about a relationship. This Anita person, but she's next.
Okay, so Anita's next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that was someone else who's not here anymore. Sorry.
Okay.
No specific questions.
Okay, no specific questions. So we've got
Right. Crescent Moon.
Crescent Moon.
There you go.
So I'll call you CC. Crescent, no, CM. Crescent Moon. Okay. All right, CM. Crescent Moon. So I've talked about this on the show. The hardest word to pronounce in the English language is spelled N-O. No. This is saying no to people that want to continually pull you out of what it is that you're doing, or expecting you to be available 24/7, or more demanding of their needs than taking care of your needs. And anywhere where you may have tied in your worth with helping people, pull that back, take care of you first, and simply say no. You know, one of the things I say, you know, I just don't have that in my bandwidth right now. Or you know what, that's just not my policy. Because people can't argue with a policy. This is about you pulling your energy back more toward you, Crescent Moon, and for you to do what is good for you, rather than people demanding something from you and expecting you to do it. Are you willing to let go or cut off those expectations from others that are into the poor me, or into the interrogator, intimidator, aloof type of person, and be free of the need to please anyone? That's some of the energy that's being sent to you, bringing your energy back to who more of you are, so you have more available for you. Because you're not like an alcoholic drink to entertain someone else. You know what I mean? This is about bringing people more into your life that really appreciate you. Really, that's what's happening. More people that really appreciate who you are and what you do and what your gifts are and talents are. This is bringing more of that into your life. Okay, who's next?
Next is Anita Reichenberg.
Anita Reichenberg. Well, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. We've been doing this for about 2 years, so it's really nice to have you. Anita, keep going. Don't give up. This is preserving willpower. This is the Chariot. Things are changing. They will change for you in a positive way. This is about moving forward. And anywhere that you're feeling like you're doing 2 steps forward, 1 back, are you willing to let that go right now? You're moving forward. You're like upgrading to like a Tesla, a self-driving Tesla. This is the universe coming in for you to take over for you. Rest, Anita. Rest your mind. I tell people you can rest your mind by going to a movie, taking a walk, of doing something that is distracting, so your mind doesn't get caught up in this cyclical obscuration. This is you. It's you moving away from no longer. So this is very similar to the previous card, where you're moving away from people, places, things that no longer serve you to your very best and highest, and not giving up. Yes, take a nap, rest, but this is the universe taking over for you, for things to be much, much more smooth. Keep going. Keep going. Your angels, your guides are telling you, keep going. It's going to work out. Okay.
So Don Freeman is the next person.
Don?
Don Freeman.
Don Freeman.
Yeah.
Welcome, Don. Thank you for being here. There's no better soul searcher, Don, than you. Searching your own soul. But in searching your own soul, are you letting go of any guilt, shame, that was put upon you, especially because you learned it as a kid? So this is really coming to the truth of who you are and beginning to see yourself as a divine light, as someone who has a purpose here on this planet, but is easily and comfortably releasing what you were told or what happened to you as a child. That was not you. Your lighter and brighter purpose is coming to the fore. So this is for you, Dawn. Knowing you've got angels around you, especially ones that have passed. There's like a woman holding your heart. She's guiding, she's helping, she's directing. Things are going to work out. They're going to work out good for you. You're on the right path. Okay, who's next?
Last person is this Lauren Grillo.
Hey, Lauren Grillo. Thank you so much for being here.
It says that it feels like crescent moon's reading was able to rebalance her to some degree as well. And Crescent Moon asked if they had a question. Was it still...
Sure, Crescent Moon. Hang on. Let me get to Lauren first. Lauren Grillo. All right, Lauren. So this is the King of Swords. It's called Ethics Over Emotions. Stop questioning yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Trust your gut. Stay out of your head. It's going to work out for you. Justice does prevail. People do get what's coming to them. Not in a vengeful way, but they're creating their own reality. And it's okay not to be a part of their reality. Because you're valuable in and of itself of who you are without having to be part of someone else's reality. Or have them make you a part of their reality for your self-worth to be validated. This is you validating your own self-worth, your own rarity, your own unusual, valuable way of thinking and viewing things. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. Are you willing to be a little bit more balanced with yourself in anywhere where anyone has accused you of being wrong or bad or judged upon you, especially religiously? That's their stuff. Return to sender. Return to sender. No, not mine. Not my package. Yes, UPS left it at my front door, but my name's not on this. I know it's at my front door. I'm returning to sender. Okay? Okay. Now we go back to...
Chris and I had a quick question, but they didn't say what it was.
Okay. So do we have everybody tonight?
That's everybody.
Okay. All right. Love you all very much. We'll do this again tomorrow night. So hope you all enjoyed the show. Love you all very much. Have a great night, everyone.